Hey everyone, thanks for joining. In today's session we're going to have a look at the neXus 360 dashboards options. We're using Microsoft Edge on a Windows 10 computer, and we're just going to log in here using our standard username and password. When you first log in, you'll see the dashboards appear in front of you here that have been pre-configured, and these are customizable per user. So essentially here what we've got is a studies table, and we've got some graphs down on the bottom that we'd like to see that may have some lab metrics that are of particular interest to us. In order to customize these for how you would like to display it to make it more efficient for your workflow, just go up onto the right hand side where it says the View button and select on that, and you'll now see that that changes to an edit mode where it will allow you to either change the layout itself or add additional widgets. You'll also see that some text appears here at the top of the screen that gives you instructional advice on how to drag and drop the widgets around to have them displayed as you would wish. To initially look at the layouts, if we select the Change Layout button, you can see a number of different layouts appear in this window. This is the one that I prefer the most personally, and is the one that's currently displayed. That display that I've chosen is one horizontal bar at the top and 3 vertical columns. And to position the widgets, what you actually do is just hold down the left-hand mouse key and drag the window. And what you'll see here is now we have this grey bar appearing, and once we're overlaid, it'll be outlined by this dash feature, and that will indicate where it's going to be positioned in the layout itself. If we move down to the bottom of the screen, we'll actually see that there are 3 column precursors or placement holders, and once it's placed over those, they also turn to the dash. In edit mode, some of those pre-configured widgets that I already have in there, all of them now have settings or cog icon in the top right hand corner, and this will allow you to adjust the settings dependent on the widgets that you've actually chosen. So for the widgets that you can choose, if we go to the Add Widget menu, at the moment in neXus 360 as a lab manager with various lab manager privileges, you will have 7 widgets that are currently available. So those are current user sessions, disk space on the server in the cloud, last user logins, referring physicians, reporting information, studies, and study states. The ones that I commonly use here, and it's up to your preference, are the referring physicians, reporting, studies, and study states down the bottom. And it really depends on the workflow and what you need to derive out of this information. You can actually choose the same widget twice. So for example, if we choose the studies widget, now you'll see that it has actually appeared twice here. We've got these 2 horizontal columns. And what I can do is actually change each of those to show different data. So for example, if I go to the settings icon, I might like this to show my scheduled studies. And I can change the state to scheduled. Then what I might like to do is on the second or the duplicate one, I might actually like this to show recorded studies. So now you can see that the same widget has different filters applied, and so we can actually have a greater dashboard even though we've only got the 7 widgets available themselves. I'm actually going to now change this back to not have it filtered and revert back to my original settings. Now I'll also delete the widget that I no longer want. And now you can see we've reverted back to the dashboard how I originally had it displayed. Each of the settings icons will differ slightly depending on the widget that you're looking at. So if you look at the reporting widget, you can change the height, you can allocate site that you actually want to pull the data from. You might want to restrict it to a certain site. And you can filter by service type, status or time period, and have a horizontal or vertical orientation. That's all we're going to do. It's just a brief introduction to the dashboards tool itself. But the main thing to do at the end of each session is to save these features so that when you now log off from neXus 360 and log back in, your settings will be saved as you like them as your username. All right, thank you for your time.